like 7 years.
Yeah, we've been blowing it. We've been blowing it from the beginning.
Blowing it for nearly a decade in the making.
Here we go. Push play. Record. Whatever it is you push.
Okay. There we go. Sorry. Oh yeah. Todd, you're feeling that, huh? You are feeling this right now. That's right. I'm loving it. Hey, what's up? This is the Monday M.A.S.S, the world's greatest action sports podcast. Hello, I'm Chris Cote.
Hi, I'm Todd Richards. And listen, that reggae is stop.
It mixes Todd's two favorite things: reggae, Star Wars.
I'm not Jafar. Listen.
What?
Listen.
Okay, go ahead. Start the show.
Revenge of the Sith was back in the theaters this weekend. You remember that? The third movie in the prequels?
I remember the movie.
Okay,
I don't remember
so
it being back
what
in
I
the
think
theaters.
is really funny that has been happening is that you remember how like when when Minecraft movie came out and when they said chicken jockey, the whole place goes crazy. So now with Revenge of the Sith being re-released, as soon as Anakin / Darth Vader ignites his saber when the youngling goes, "Master Skywalker, what are we to do?" and he ignites his saber because he's about to kill all the younglings.
Yeah.
Everyone cheers and throws popcorn.
No, they don't.
Yes. So,
Man,
we sadistic motherfuckers out there.
that's hard.
Anyway, so we are in it. We're gonna do a show. Today is
We're
April
gonna do a show.
27th.
Yeah, that's right.
Or 8th. Really, I'm not really sure what the date
is
is. What is it?
The 28th.
It's 28th. There we go.
I have it here on the thing. Okay, so let's get right into this. This show is presented by New Greens, Mammoth Mountain, Sunbum, Spy Optic,
Look at
Hanson Surfboards,
Bowery.
Bachon's Japanese Barbecue Sauce, Machu Picchu Energy, Panic & Coffee and Tea, Bub's Naturals, Mint Tours, DiecutStickers.com, and Vessel Shipping app.
Did you say Sunbum?
At New Greens. This is okay. Here's your list of people to follow right now on Instagram. At New Greens, at Mammoth Mountain, at Sunbum, at Spy Optic,
This is a new method.
at Hanson Surf,
You must have something to do.
at Tribachons,
Do you have an appointment?
at Machu Picchu.energy, at Panic & Coffee and Tea, at Bub's Naturals, at Mint Tours, at DiecutStickers.com,
This is not.
at Vessel app. What did you think of that? That is not entertainment.
That is not advertainment.
That's not advertainment. That's
at
just
all.
ad.
You're just trying to get them done. We're gonna lose sponsors because of this.
No, we're not.
People.
Do you want to go back and talk about any of the sponsors?
No, you ruined it.
Well, maybe me ruining it refreshes us. So next week we'll go real deep in the sponsors. We'll talk. You know what? We're going to talk about the sponsors throughout the show. We're going to weave them in editorially, organically. Todd, I just want to start by saying I announced the Tempest Freerunning Kings of the Concrete 3 live on Venice Beach. It was insanity.
You know, it's funny.
Did you catch any of this?
I only caught the only thing that I caught was that. What's the name of the most famous free runner right now?
Ellis Torhall.
No, not him. The other guy.
Dom Tomato.
Dom Tomato showed up at Tony Hawk's ramp.
Yes.
On Friday after you had said that you were going to be doing this, and he and Andy Mack and Dom Tomato, Tony Hawk, Dom Tomato, and Andy Mack did a weird triples routine.
Dude.
And I'm just wondering where he's going. Like if you see the picture, Dom Tomato is essentially diving off of the coping of Tony's ramp.
I have it on video, or have the video.
Is there a mat?
Yeah, there's a mat.
Okay, all right.
So, Dom Tomato, not arguably, the most popular parkour athlete in the world.
I mean, the last name like Tomato.
Well, it's Tomasio. Di Tomasio.
Di
anyway,
Tommaso?
he was in Kings of the Concrete.
Lamborghini.
They set up a damn... It looked like... it blended in nicely as all graffiti. We're talking like 2 stories high. These people are doing flip, triple spin, landing on their freaking heel. You want to talk heel bruises? You think you have
Nope.
heel bruises?
I don't want to talk heel bruises.
Every person in this event definitely has heel bruises. This was some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. I was stoked to announce it. It's on YouTube. You can check it out on the Tempest Freerunning page or Kings of the Concrete page. Rai Abiang won. And it was nuts. It was just nuts. Surf News is brought to you by Sunbum, at Sunbum. Do you have a bell on you? The bell has been rung, folks.
Do I have a bell on?
Ding dong!
Oh, yes.
The bell has been rung. Jack Robinson beats Kanoa Igarashi to win for the dudes. Did you watch the final day? Was pretty crappy, wave-wise.
It was really crappy, but still, I feel like Bells is that wave.
Bells is bells.
You just come to expect it's a long, mushy wave until it isn't. Right?
Well,
it has different.
We saw all the different looks of bells. We saw some perfect. Did you watch Ethan Ewing surfing really good bells?
No, because I feel like
Dude.
it was what. So it would run for a day, then be off 2 days, and then run for a day, and then be off 2 days. It's been going on. Like I feel like Bells has been like a 3-week event, and it's only been like a week.
All the events have felt long so far, but shout out Jake Marshall too. Jake Marshall had one of the best heats of the year, probably the best heat at Bells in its entirety.
Did he end up in top 4?
He is. I actually have a updated thing for you, but Ethan Ewing's surfing on the good day at Bells is now being called the best surfing that's ever been done at Bells.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone going so fast and so like on rail.
Well, obviously you've never seen me at Beacons.
Bro. Luana Silva made the finals along with Isabella Nichols, who has now gone back-to-back in finals. Isabella Nichols won, rang the bell dedicated to her sister because if you're watching in El Salvador, Isabella missed her sister's wedding. It's one of the things you got to do sometimes when you're on the championship tour. So she dedicated her win to her sister, which is pretty rad. Isabella's awesome. Ethan Ewing's surfing won the hearts and minds of fans. Jake Marshall from Encinitas had the best heat. Katie Simmers went down early. That's the other biggest story on the women's side of the draw. Here are your men's rankings now. Remember, the cut, Todd, is in 2 more events. Italo, number 1. Ethan Ewing, 2. Jack Robinson jumps now to 3rd. Yago, 4th. Jordy Smith, 5th. We watched Griffin break out of his slump. He was having the worst year. He's now moved up 12 spots to 14th. Jake Marshall jumps 7 spots to 13th. So things are happening there in the top 20. For the women, it is Gabriella Bryan taking over the top spot for the women. Katie in 2nd. Molly 3rd. Isabella Nichols jumps to 4th. Tyler Wright 5th. 2 more events until the cut.
Question,
go ahead.
Okay, so
I got answers. I got one answer to one question for you.
That was surf competition news?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it into, we kind of touched on this a little bit about how Lowers has been selected to be the Olympic venue for surfing come 2028.
Yeah. In San Diego, California.
When is, okay.
Do you like that?
North County. So we claim, this is a big debate about who gets to claim Lowers.
It's the LA Olympics, but we all know the Olympics can be pretty creative where their venues are.
So I've heard that they are, for the Olympics, number 1, we talked about this last week, where are you going to put all these fans?
Yeah. Where are you going to park?
Where are you going to park? Where are the fans? I've also heard that they are adding a coaster stop to Lowers.
Yeah. I didn't hear that, but I don't doubt it.
I don't know if this is fact or this is fiction.
I saw something.
It would be in line with what cities do to accommodate the Olympics. Now,
well, they're saying that the rail system, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I'm just saying the rail system there that LA is now trying to race to finish LAX and the surrounding system of rails.
I forgot all about LAX.
They're trying to finish all of this before the Olympics.
Worst, and this is all while they are trying
bathrooms.
to rebuild a completely devastated city because of catastrophic wildfire.
Yes.
With a homeless problem, And
Okay.
now they're going to rebuild a airport that is worse than any airport that I've ever flown into in my life, including third world countries.
Come on.
Try to tell me LAX is even remotely on point with any place else you've ever flown into.
It's not great.
It's terrible.
The bathrooms.
And then you've got, they want to put in infrastructure, like
train stops, train stations, driverless vehicles, and I'm like,
this is the dumbest shit I've ever when you're so
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it just sounds incredibly tone deaf that there's all this crap going on.
I'm gonna say it sounds like a challenge. So where did you hear there's gonna be a train stop at Trestles?
Dude.
Because if you've been to Trestles lately, if you're watching or listening, you've never been to Lower Trestles, it is it's a nature preserve. Reserve.
It's just not a challenge. Like a challenge is a blind guy trying to catch a fastball. This is more of like a gigantic clusterfuck that is only going to it is not good. It is going to be the worst fallout from this thing. I totally believe that,
You think?
With all the shit that has happened,
okay,
unless there becomes a new, basically governor for California and mayor of Los Angeles, I do not understand how this is going to happen and balance all the shit that it already exists.
Right.
That notwithstanding, let me get back to what I was talking about.
Notwithstanding is a good word.
Let's get back to the train stop at Lowers. Now, do you think this would be a temporary train stop at Lowers to accommodate?
Don't know where they're gonna put it.
That's what I mean.
Where are you gonna stop? Because there's you walk down a dirt
path. It's nature preserved too, and you got to go over the train tracks.
I don't think there's gonna be a stop there. I think it's gonna be picture the end of the road, Chopo. The
like an
space
isolated.
Like there's not going to be I don't think there's going to be grandstands. There can't be. I mean, the final 5 at Trestles didn't even have grandstands. It had some viewing areas, VIP areas. People were sitting on
friends and family only, pretty much.
Yeah, so
industry bros.
I guess we'll see. I mean, I think it's the best wave in California for the event. I think it's the best time of year.
Contestable at all sizes.
Yeah,
I would argue.
And obviously, I think they look at everything, maybe, but Huntington Beach has grandstands, it has roads, bus stops, all that stuff. So I'm just thinking that they're not doing it as a on-site viewer experience as much as a televised experience. Mm-hmm. But you've been to Olympics in places like Russia, deep in the mountains of China.
You can't really
there's no infrastructure there either, right?
No, but the thing is with, and this is why the Olympics are such a weird thing. Is within those countries where the government has absolute say, they basically jam the square peg in the round hole and make it so that the Olympics can happen there. Be damned everyone that lived there before. It's
I think it's when the Olympics want something, the Olympics get something.
I do see states that already have the Olympic infrastructure in place. Like Salt Lake City makes sense to me. They within a reasonable amount of time, they hosted Olympics in 2002. So the infrastructure's there. The highways were all updated to handle the Olympic traffic, et cetera, et cetera. So the infrastructure.
LA's doing this as a comeback.
From what? The Olympics.
From what's happening now.
Oh my god, dude! You can't even
I don't know.
Can you imagine?
It's a comeback story. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that the good.
They should have an Olympic
supersedes the evil that will come with the Olympics.
Olympic commuting.
That's what it's going to be.
How fast can you commute in Los Angeles?
Well, I got some fun stuff.
All right, let's move on.
Dylan Graves and a sick little crew of surfers absolutely scored in Japan for his latest YouTube drop. They surfed both coasts, both sides of the country, and they had some bonus Japow in between.
Nice.
Ramps, tubes, slabs. They absolutely scored. And then Dylan announced with that video, new sponsor. He's off Vans, and now Huckberry.
What's Huckberry?
Is sponsoring his.
What is it?
Channel. Huckberry is like a catalog.
Oh?
A website and a catalog. See, look. You go to Huckberry.
Can we go to huckberry.com?
Huckberry.
Hey, Jim, pull up huckberry.com.
Jim, pull up Huckberry.
Oh, wow. So it's like
it's a one-stop men's shop.
Huckberry.
They've been around forever. They actually have like some pretty rad stuff. I don't know if I've purchased anything off here, but
so it's basically like an online.
It's like an outdoor retailer,
right?
You know, like,
got it. Like
but
an
it's kind of like curated-ish. But that's cool. They're sponsoring his channel.
Cool.
And so that means we get to see more of Dylan Graves traveling around.
Once again, the theme of I don't care who it is that is putting in money to sponsor the things that uplift
the things we like.
The things we like. I mean, Dylan Graves and Weird Ways is it's awesome. It's storytelling. It's awesome. I think Dylan is a great storyteller. I think he chooses some really unique content to get people involved in.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yeah. So we're stoked. Thank you, Huckberry. Thank you, Dylan Graves. That video is sick.
Awesome.
Surfer Mag just dropped a list of the 10 sharkiest spots in the world. Are you ready, Todd?
They're all in Cape Cod.
Okay. 10, Boa Viagem, Brazil. 9 is related content. I don't know where that is. Number 8 is La Jolla, California.
This list is fucked already.
Number 7 is Kauai. 6, East Cape, South Africa. 5, Reunion Island. Number 4 is also related content, which is apparently very sharky. Number 3, Perth, Western Australia. Number 2, New South Wales, Australia. And number 1, New Smyrna Beach in Florida.
I feel like this list was. How did they compile this list?
I don't know.
How is Cape Cod not on there?
Has there been attacks and fatalities?
Yes. It's literally the place where people, the marine biologists, Jaws obviously, but marine biologists go there to study why the great white population is booming.
Is there attacks there?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, here's some facts and figures about this.
Where's the La Jolla attack?
We
just had an attack at Beacons. Why isn't Beacons on there?
Because maybe we're trying to keep our personal spots low key.
Well, this is just like another one of those lists that I feel like the inertia puts out.
New Smyrna Beach has the highest shark attack rate in the world. It's been dubbed shark bite capital of the world since the 1900s. More than 300 attacks have been reported, but none fatal.
Yeah, but those are all like cute bites.
Cute bites.
Yeah, those are the ones where
you wouldn't say that if you were the one getting the cute bite.
No, it would suck. But those are like the bites that give you a story to tell. Those are story to tell bites, not like
the Australia bites.
The Australia bite, not good. Kauai bites
are not good.
Not good.
No.
These are cute bites.
In Perth, 6 unprovoked attacks with 0 fatalities since the 1800s, but then 37 recorded deaths in the last 100 or so years. In 2025, a 37-year-old man was attacked and killed by a shark off the coast of Wharton Beach, which is like right where they're having it's near where the contest is. But it's pretty rad when they have the contest there, which is coming up. They have drones, jet skis, it is full shark watch.
So they are cognizant of the shark
100%.
Population.
So that's just an interesting list. You know I love lists, Todd.
You do. You're a listy guy.
Your bro.
Who?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, do you like I'm trying to grow my beard out so I look more like Joel on The Last of Us. Do you like it?
I think you should try to look like Joel at the end of the 2nd episode of Last of Us.
You mean PGA?
You look good like that.
LPGA, Joel?
Jeez.
Did you like that episode? You didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't see it coming.
That's what I've been telling you about with Last
Spoiler
of Us
alert.
for years now. Dude.
Joel gets hurt. Okay, that's not that big of a spoiler alert. Joel gets hurt.
He goes to sleep.
In episode 2.
He goes to
He takes a nap.
He takes a long nap.
And I don't think he's going to have much FaceTime in the next few episodes.
No.
But we'll get to that in nerd news.
He got the shaft.
This is surf news.
Okay.
Fantastic Four. First Steps is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember any of the previous Fantastic Four films. I don't think they were great.
They've rebooted the Fantastic Four like 3 or 4 times, and
have they ever been good?
No.
That's the Rock Man.
Yeah, that's the Thing.
Rubber guy.
That's Reed Richards.
Okay, so as I said, Pedro Pascal is going to be Mr. Fantastic. What is his power?
He's stretchy.
Okay, so he's Rubber Man.
Yeah, he's Rubber Man.
Okay. Every part of him?
That is a great question. Can you imagine?
Every part is stretchy.
If it was the boys.
He can grow his arms.
Do you remember the part in the boys where the
yes.
Where the man with the other appendage attacked the people? And, okay, continue.
Vanessa Kirby is Susan Storm.
She turns invisible and can like manipulate things.
Okay. Ebron Moss Backrack. Who's that? Is Thing.
He's the Thing. No, wait, what's his name?
Ebron Moss.
So he is
Backrack.
He is in The Bear. He is the brother of the main chef guy.
Oh, I love that dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's been in a lot of great things. Julia Garner is the Silver Surfer. So the acclaimed 31-year-old actress sat down with Entertainment Weekly and they asked if she surfed. And she said, no, I'm actually afraid of the ocean. No, but I can act. This is like in line with most of the surfers in California. You can't surf, but you can act
like a surfer.
You got some friends that know how to surf. They showed me some moves. And kind of like, she looked at some videos and stuff. And so she's going to try to look like something you'd see in like poses and sculpture, elegance.
Well, it's not
dancing.
I don't think it's supposed to be like ripping.
Like
the Silver Surfer just happens to be this thing that like it's like you'd be like, oh my god, what is that? It looks like a surfer.
Silver Surfer's always been a mysterious character.
Very.
Apparently. When I was a kid, the Silver Surfer was pretty cut and dry to me, but now I guess the Silver Surfer is like one of the most powerful beings.
It's a world
in
destroyer.
The world. Well, why wouldn't they? If it's this young lady who's going to be the Silver Surfer, they should just show her videos of Katie Simmers, Stephanie Gilmore.
And if you
that's how I would want the Silver Surfer to be surfing.
If you really want to be a world destroyer, then you would be on a sup foil. If it was like a silver
Surfer has like
foiler, then I would believe that you are here to ruin everything.
That would actually be really funny. Saturday Night Live should take note of that. That's a deep cut. I don't know if not a lot of people would get that.
Our audience gets it.
They get it. Maybe we should do a skit. Kelly Slater got the Laureus Lifetime Achievement Award a few days back, and the person who gave him the award or like presented it was Bill Murray.
So great.
Through a video.
Bill Murray constantly proves to me that he is like, if he was in your neighborhood, it wouldn't matter like what his fame level was. Bill Murray would be like knocking on your door.
Yeah.
To say hi.
What's up? So
have you ever met him before?
No.
I have some pretty close...
I've been like around him, but never like...
all I've heard is that he is like the most personable superstar.
So here's what he said in the video. And it tells us... So not only Bill Murray learned how to surf in Bali from the dog himself, Jerry Lopez, that whole crew. They were like...
So Bill Murray's like a surfer.
This is back in the day. I think he learned to surf at like 10-foot padang. Like insane. And he knows about surfing, obviously because of these words. And I don't know if he wrote these or somebody like helped him. But
it's probably a script.
Hey, Grom, we saw you coming even when you were a tiny kid back in Florida, and someone said you were going to be the best surfer in history. It turns out they were right. They weren't always so kind when you arrived on tour. Some of them had doubts. They said you were too young, too weak, too flicky. They were wrong about that. Okay, so yes, somebody else wrote that.
Yeah.
But then Bill Murray goes on to say, then you came to Hawaii to play with the big boys. They said you were too soft, too pretty, too scared, and they were wrong. And then he goes on and on and on.
You know what's kind of cool is
but
like...
it's just rather Bill Murray
there's been like
some
you know, celebrities that I feel like are either surf adjacent or directly have kids that surf
Yeah.
that have lent their vocal talents to
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, Bill Murray, what's his name?
Oh, you're snapping your fingers like the guy from Marvel.
Stop. Chris Hemsworth?
No, he was in, he lives in Malibu.
What are you talking about?
He was in the skateboarding movie. He was the bad guy in.
In Thrash, and he wasn't the bad guy. He's a good guy.
No, he was the
He was
bad guy
Thanos.
in. He was Thanos.
But, yeah, there's
What's his name?
Why did you do that to me? Anyways, I just think it's kind of cool.
I just remembered a name. Roy Russell was the guy who taught Bill Murray how to surf at 10-foot padang.
I just think that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like...
Thank you for that input. Okay. In surf news, I tried to surf today and I failed.
Did they send you this?
No. I got this on Instagram.
Okay, well...
Or I just saw it on Instagram.
They were supposed to send...
Okay, so...
Okay, this is cool.
One Wheel has teamed up with the Palm Springs Surf Club for a big old giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not affiliated with this yet. Hopefully we get to go.
It's my friend Jack Mudd works for One Wheel.
Okay.
He hit me up the other day.
So we are affiliated with
We are affiliated with
Okay.
them. I mean, One Wheel's always been they're cool. The people there are
They're super
really cool.
Yeah.
One Wheels are fun as hell. I don't care what you say.
And the One Wheel race to the rail championship is insane.
The best.
Fun.
Anyways, they are doing a giveaway and also doing a promotion with Palm Springs Surf Club. You can win a session at the Palm Springs Surf Club. You can go to the One Wheel Instagram page and check it out.
And since we're saying this, how do we get to go and surf Palm Springs Surf Club?
True that. Jack?
Free. I think that should be part of the prize package. Can you imagine? I think we get a lot of entries if you get a free. They're giving away a One Wheel, like a tricked out, sick ass One Wheel. You get to surf, private session at the pool. You also get to have Chris and Todd there for moral support, emotional, physical support.
Physically support.
And we get to surf with you and talk to you. I see that as a 3-part giveaway, not just a 2-part giveaway. That's just my
You could dress up in your Silver Surfer stand-up sup foil kit.
Yeah.
What do you think you would ever wear a full silver wetsuit?
No. I feel like you'd be a giant lure for the aforementioned
What do they say?
creatures we were just talking about.
What are the bad colors to have on your surfboard? I've heard there's
Yellow.
Yum yellow.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a yellow surfboard.
No.
Because things like
Reggae Wars. Sorry, what were you saying?
Skateboard news is brought to you by Spy
Hold on,
Optics. And I am
Look,
wearing
I got some Rip Curl gear.
Chris is
Thank
wearing
you.
Chris is wearing a changing
I
towel.
got a hoodie.
It looks like a changing towel.
It's purple.
It's just because it's big.
Well, yours is big too.
No, yours is like way big.
Well, I like big stuff.
And I can't
I like to
lie.
be cozy.
Skate news is brought to you by Spy Optics. I am wearing the Bowery.
I'm
it's
wearing
big.
these.
It's chunky.
It's
on your face.
That's it?
No snow.
I got snow news.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move
Vans
on. Skateboard news.
Vans is keeping things mysterious with their upcoming Curren Caples shoe release. But guess what?
Hmm?
I got a preview of these shoes. Okay. My dog's got a stick. I got a preview of these shoes, these new Curren Caples shoes, and they are dope looking. These look like they might be the what I'm looking for.
So
because I like skating slip-ons,
Yeah, he
but I
predominantly
need
skates
more
and slip-ons.
support. And I saw these shoes. The homie at Rose Street had a preview of these shoes.
Okay, describe them.
So they're like, they look like a Vans old school, kind of with some subtle nods to like the Ave shoe. There's some hidden tech.
Are there
but they're like
laces?
one piece. There's laces. It's more of how they feel. I put one on and it felt
Oh wait,
so
you
good.
you actually held
I
the
put
shoe.
my foot in it.
Okay.
So I think Curren Caples has been deserving of a shoe for a long time. And these look really nice. They look sick. So hopefully we'll be able to get a pair or two.
I only
Or one pair to share.
I only wear hookahs now.
Yeah, you're a walker. I'm still a skater. Andrew Reynolds also has a shoe. You might be interested in this shoe too, because this is kind of a mix chiller. It's like, it looks like the classic New Balance dad shoe.
Oh yeah,
but it's skated.
Now I'm
out.
interested.
Now it's skated out. It's called the 933. He dropped a video that's super rad. Again, it looks like the New Balance, the famous New Balance shoe, kind of like the dad shoe
silhouette. Yeah,
but it's made for skateboarding.
Yeah.
Andrew Reynolds has already made some of the most iconic skate shoes ever. And obviously, he's still jumping off shit, so your heels might be okay in these. Okay. We'll see.
I look
it would be nice to get a Curren Caples shoe and an Andrew Reynolds shoe and just look at them and then put them on. Not at the same time. Do you want to get boned in New York?
That's how you're leading with that?
May 3rd. Shit, that's like in a couple days.
Dude, that's Saturday.
Okay, well, there's still time. The Bones Brigade Experience is coming to New York City. It's a very, I think it's limited to like 100 people. You get to enjoy a casual day with the Bones Brigade. Where you're hanging, this is not like an autograph signing where you're in line and they sign and say, oh, cool, picture. You're hanging with them.
It's like going to the Panikin on a Tuesday.
He lives the Bones Brigade Experience every week at the Panikin, but most people don't. So if you're in and around the New York area and you have $2,000,
$2,000.
Think of who are Bones Brigade fans nowadays.
Let's talk about
these are grown ass people. That
the stories that you can talk to: Stacy Peralta,
Tony Hawk,
Mike McGill,
Cab,
Lance Mountain,
Rodney
Mullen.
That's worth $2,000.
$2,000 to sit down with Rodney Mullen and just talk about stuff.
You get George Powell is going to be there. Grant Britton, our guy Grant Britton's going to be there with a slideshow. Unseen team photos. That's sick.
Our boy Robbie is going to be there helping out.
You get so there's only 100 tickets available. You get a signed Bones Brigade deck, signed by the entire Bones Brigade. What else do you get for $2,000? There's also a couple different experiences, but you get a shirt, exclusive merch, and you're basically like, you get to be friends with, you're pretty much in, no affiliation. We weren't even invited.
Like if you don't blow it while you're there, you'll probably become friends with the Bones Brigade. At least one member of the Bones Brigade that you could like bond with.
You might like,
if you don't blow it.
Imagine if as a grown ass man, you're there, you're with the Bones Brigade all day, end of the day, you really bonded with Mike McGill or Rodney Mullen or something. At the end of the day, you're like, bro, that was really fun, man. I'd love to like maybe take this relationship to the next level. Can I get your phone number? I think it would be so fun to just pay the money to be part of it, just to be able to do that joke at the end of the day, to make one of the Bones Brigade feel super uncomfortable. Dude, Rodney, man, God, thanks for that day. I really feel like beyond whatever, the boards and this autographs and like that's cool, but I feel like we had a connection. And I didn't feel this connection with any of the other members of the Bones Brigade.
I am already uncomfortable.
Can I get your phone number?
I'm super uncomfortable.
Hand him your phone. Say, put your number in there. Your name's already in there. Rodney Mullen.
What if you send
Put your number.
What if you sent him a note that said, check a box. Would you like to be my friend? Yes or no?
Look.
Anyway.
I had to save up and get $2,000 to be one of the 100 people. Grant Britt was super cool. He gave me his phone number. Grant will give you his number. But Rodney, let me get your number.
Let me get your number, Rodney. Everyone else gave me their numbers. You're like the holdout.
That would be great. Tom Shar is on the 9 Club. I'm going to dive into that one, but I wanted to give a shout out a couple 9 Clubs ago. Nate Sherwood's episode was incredible.
Laser flip Nate Sherwood?
Nate Sherwood went in hard to the 9 Club. I listened to that whole thing. It was so good. Nate Sherwood's awesome.
I skated with Nate once at the YMCA here. Just low-key day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
He lives by an hour outside of Des Moines, I think.
No
He's
shit.
got a skate shop there. Huh. The Jenkum Boys. This video was super rad. So, the car that drove off the cliff in Tijuana in video days. So, the Jenkum boys went on a search for this car.
Dude, that car went off a cliff in 1991.
The wreckage of this car, they thought it would still be there. It might still be there, but you got to watch this video. They had an investigator go and like, the guy had the job title for this was really cool. It's like a geo investigator.
Slow news day. Like if you're like, hey, I'm going to pitch this story.
Oh, that's rad.
Let's go. But I guess.
They got homies together, drove to TJ, literally like climbed down the cliff into the ravine and like.
Is this the car?
TJ's not
known
for necessarily safety. And they were literally like hunting around in the bushes trying to find this car. Did they find it? We're going to have to wait and see.
Imagine trying to explain that to somebody. Why are you on my property?
The cops are there. They're like, what are you doing? We're looking for this old... You know Video Days? How about Video Days? No? Gnarly. Super fun though. Very fun video to watch. I love what Jenkum does. Zero Skateboards teased a little Bam Margera guest board. That might not seem like a big deal, but obviously Bam Margera, probably one of the most famous skateboarders, for better or for worse, for the good and bad things that he's done.
Famous and infamous.
Is ripping now.
Mm-hmm.
He's sober, and I feel like this time it sticks. And he's been ripping, and I think that'd be cool if he got a guest model on Zero. My last part about skate news is I want to shout out Mitchie Brusco. So Mitchie Brusco had a great nightclub episode, and just this morning I randomly went to his YouTube page, Skate IQ. Super good tutorials.
Yeah, Mitchie's very
smart.
He breaks things down very smartly.
And I liked to see that he's getting big numbers on his YouTube
He's a natural.
page.
He's a natural teacher.
There's a video. This video got like millions of views. Basically, this little girl is trying to kickflip over this little gap, and he goes and gives her this like seemingly simple tip, or it was a very simple tip, and then she pulls it.
See?
And it was like the tip totally made sense. So Mitchie Brusco is doing it right, growing the sport, and that's awesome. Any more skate news?
No.
We have skateboards for sale, and I know there's a couple of you out there that ordered them out of M.A.S.S. We got you. I'm going to package those up today and ship those out. Free shipping from Vessel Shipping at Vessel app. And have you guys used your Sunbum lately? See how I'm weaving the sponsors back into the show?
I used it all the time.
I used it all the time. You did? You still do?
Yeah.
I used Sunbum on set at Kings of the Concrete in the blinding sun of Venice Beach.
There you go.
Snowboarding news is brought to you by Mammoth Mountain. Still up and still going. Todd, congratulations are in order.
What?
To you and
What happened?
to the entire Monday M.A.S.S staff.
That means you, Jim.
To the entire staff at Monday M.A.S S. Everybody get up. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Pie, go ahead. Eat the stick.
We were named the 9th best snowboarding podcast by feedspot.com.
We're the 9th. That's a bumper sticker.
The 9th best. See, okay, so we are the world's greatest action sports podcast.
Yeah, we don't
That's on a
strive-
bumper sticker.
We don't strive to be the best at anything.
No. We're the
Except
best action sports podcast.
About nothing.
Now, the internet has named us the 9th best.
Just snowboarding.
Specifically snowboarding.
I wouldn't even put us in the top 10.
I would.
Okay.
Bro, you're Todd Richards. Come on.
I never say anything that's worth it.
Well, Bombhole was number 7.
Wait,
So,
what?
yeah, this is an illustrious list.
Bombhole?
This is not easy.
The Bombhole podcast was number 7?
Yeah.
All right, instantly this list has no credibility.
Casey Willax and the You Love to Hear It podcast was 5th. Okay. Airtime was 3rd. Have you ever heard Airtime podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, First Chair, PSIAAASSI podcast, which is a very
That's
a
so
long
okay.
name.
That's
to
the
say.
professional ski and snowboard
Okay.
instructors of America. That is probably the most boring podcast you could listen to.
Well, their second best snowboarding podcast, the First Chair Passia Assy podcast, number
What?
2. the best podcast, according to feedspot.com, is effing rad.
Are you sure you're not
FNR
reading? Are you
rad.
sure you're not reading this
No.
the wrong way?
No, we're 9th, bro. Congrats. We beat some people.
Who's 10?
I don't know.
Bombhole number 7 is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I think Bombhole should be number 1.
Exactly.
Okay, well, FNR is number 1. FNR Snowboard Podcast. Do you know FNR
Yes,
Snowboard Podcast?
absolutely.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Is it the best?
No.
Okay, well, are we the 9th best snowboard podcast?
I would argue that we're at least in the top 30.
This bit of news may raise us up. We might be top 8 soon. How was World Quarters at Mammoth Mountain? How was the World Quarter Pipe Championships of the world?
World Quarter Pipe Championships. Let's just give a big shout out to Yuki Kidono for his win and Sunny Alba for her win in
going straight into winners.
Going the big. Well, I just want to get it over with. Going the biggest, because riding a quarter pipe, a straight-on quarter pipe, is a skill that not everyone possesses.
Why is riding a quarter pipe so difficult and so scary? Because that's how everyone learned how to skate. Everyone, like...
It's different. Well, people learn how to typically skate a 6-foot quarter pipe, maybe.
Right.
The quarter pipes that are in play here, it's like a 22-foot high quarter pipe. Because that's
the one wall of
that's the one wall of a super pipe. But when you're heading straight into it and you're not edging sideways, you're just going straight. You're just going straight in. It's a G-force gamble. Like you're playing
edging sideways again. I like how you said that.
Edging sideways. You're just going straight into his wall.
Yeah.
And the wall wants to either spit you out to the flats or it wants to throw you onto the deck from 15, 20 feet up.
Or the worst part is to be thrown onto the corner of the top, between the top deck and the actual quarter.
The lip.
The lip. The corner? No one calls it a corner.
The corner of it.
So that was a good event.
It was a really good event.
Ripping.
Slush Magazine puts it on. It was great. They had great spring weather. It's fantastic. There's a lot of media online right now that is covering it.
Better than us.
Well, at least like 7th better.
There's a lot of people doing snow news better than us right now.
Yeah.
But we're the ones doing it right now.
There's not a lot of people doing skateboard, surf, snowboard, and adjacent news based on what sponsors are currently putting their money into this podcast.
Exactly.
We do all of that. We have sticks.
And skateboards.
From
Quincy Woodrights for sale.
Yeah.
No one's talking about this.
Okay.
Until now. Adam Doc Fox, his son Soren, their homie Tab, climbed up Mount St. Helens and then snowboarded down it.
Okay.
Is that normal?
Yeah. We used to go up and film at Mount St. Helens all the time.
See, it seems like a big deal.
Where did you find this news?
Because remember when Mount St.
School
Helens
newspaper?
Remember when Mount St. Helens erupted?
Yeah, it blew up a long time ago in the 80s.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Well, now there's fresh powder apparently, and these guys climbed it. Father and son climbed it.
I'm going
okay
to Lake Tahoe on Wednesday to go and ride.
Is that where Mount St. Helens is?
Thursday and Friday to go and film for Midlife Crisis 3.
Okay.
So if you guys are up in and around the Tahoe area.
What's Midlife Crisis 3?
Remember the movie that I was in last year, the old people snowboarding movie?
Out Cold?
No. Silver Surfer 6. Anyway.
Silver Snowboarders? That's what it should be called.
Silver Snowboarders.
Silver Snowboarders.
Wow, that's good.
Okay, so you're filming?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and ride. So
how's your heels?
I'm gonna find out.
Oh, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna fucking find out, dude.
Okay.
Okay. You know how much cheaper it is? Like, here's a life hack for you people out there.
Yeah.
If you are flying into, like, let's say you want to go to Lake Tahoe on a vacation.
Okay.
Right, and predominantly.
I would like that.
Predominantly, people fly into Reno. Reno is the closest airport to Lake Tahoe.
45 minutes to Lake Tahoe.
But did you know that you can fly into Sacramento for sometimes $200 to $300 cheaper? It's about another hour in the car.
Okay.
But you can save $300 up to $300
I did not
on
know
an
that.
airplane ticket.
So Reno used to be very inexpensive to fly to.
Not anymore.
Because now it's like there's a lot of wealth flying into Reno.
I think it's because of Burning Man. They fucked it up.
Freaking burners. All
Everyone's
right, Todd, I need your reaction. You ready?
Okay,
If
go.
you wear this, just know that people are going to be judging you on the mountain.
Oh my gosh, she's so annoying.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm so sorry, but
this
unless
is,
you're like a pro snowboarder or you're carrying like camera gear,
I gotta wait till it
please don't wear a
restarts. So
backpack.
we have
Can we just turn it off?
an influencer here. What about?
Earmuffs on the helmet? I hate this. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Well, how do these people get any kind of a voice?
Snowboard fashion edition.
31,000
So,
followers
let's
to
get
like
into it.
review bullshit with these stupid
Okay,
little.
starting off strong.
Oh my god.
The like baseball cap over the helmet. It's
Is
just
that a
super
thing?
tacky,
Baseball cap over the
and
helmet?
I find that like more like tourist.
I've
wear
never
it.
seen this
I don't know,
ever.
it kinda
I don't,
weirds
like-
me out. Okay, girls, please don't come for me. I think that
I
you're
like to
wearing that-
troll Todd with influencer
Oh
snowboard
my god.
people.
It's so like it's this weird new thing. It's not even new.
You know what it is? It's called snowboarding. It's called ick. There's like a new trend on social media. Like
That's not new.
Well,
It's old.
this girl Anna says her snowboard icks. Goggles under the helmet. She said that's a controversial topic. Like people are gonna come after her because she's saying don't wear goggles under the helmets.
Hey, this just in. No one gives a shit.
Okay, I got more. This one, this is something we do give a shit about. This is cool.
Okay.
Kimmy Fassini and her husband Chris Benchler.
Fassani.
What'd you say?
Kimmy Fassani and Chris Benchler. These are my friends.
Okay, I
Get it
know,
right.
but I wrote it wrong. Regardless of Kimmy Fassani, Kimmy Fassani and Chris Benchler.
Benchler.
That's what I said.
Okay.
They're dropping a self-made, self-funded documentary called "The Greatest Story Never Told."
Yes, this is already
And
out, dude.
This is rad.
This is out already.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, it's streaming now. I'm trying to tell people to go watch it.
It's awesome.
It's streaming now. It talks about her cancer battle, parenthood, postpartum depression, being action sports legends while trying to raise two kids.
This popped a little while ago. We're behind the time. This is why
I'm sorry for saying your names wrong. Kimmy.
This is why we are the 9th best snowboard podcast, because we don't even get the information right or on time.
Or
we actually did talk about this.
We did talk about it, but what I'm saying is now it's on streaming.
Okay, now it's finally streaming.
Yes.
So if you have a chance to watch it, it is
because there weren't a lot of people going to like the Aspen Film Festival to watch this. You know, like now everyone can watch it.
It will tug on your heartstrings.
This is the one that made you cry, huh?
It's real.
Okay.
It's so real.
Yeah. It's important
to go through cancer while being a mom.
No.
Kids don't care that mom is sick.
No.
And Chris, her husband, and it's just the whole thing is incredible. And to balance this, Kimmy's like one of the gnarliest people I know, like straight up.
She's like natural selection style,
big mountain,
goes huge, and Chris is an incredible artist.
Yeah, and skier, free skier, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to watch it because
like
I get to see it now.
Yeah, there you go.
You had like a secret, private, cool guy pass, but now the rest of us can watch it. It's on streaming.
There you go.
So there's a big hubbub at Alta.
Oh, this is cool this weekend.
So Alta is notoriously a ski-only area. And as they were closing down, like the final day, the final run.
It was like their big hoorah, the end of the year.
Yeah.
So you can, if you don't know, a lot of people obviously know this, you can access Alta from Snowbird. There's a gate at the top of Snowbird.
I've been to that gate. It says no snowboard.
Yeah. So a couple people poached, went down there. It was the big Alta hurrah send off of the year, and two snowboarders came. I think one snowboarder came down and took a piss.
One guy was
piss on the
drunk.
lip, wasted, took a piss
Poured
on the
beer
lip.
on his head.
I think he peed on the lip of the jump, and then his homie came down and did a backflip.
One guy was drunk, and they both might have been drunk, but the guy did a pretty perfect backflip. But the other guy did not make it to the jump.
This is so funny to me that this is even still happening.
So this was on Powder Addicts, and the video was, there were people like were booing.
Where do you
cheering.
think they are on the list?
Powder Addicts. I think they're just now starting a podcast. They might be the top 10 Powder podcasts soon, but so far, nobody's coming for us at number 9.
That's right. We hold a very unique place.
Planet Zebulon.
We are not an authority in any of the subject matter that we talk about, nor do we provide any kind of educational
Some of the snowboarding news that I get off the internet is 3 years old. So, be ready for it. And that's a test.
You have anything else before we close this out, snowboard news?
No. So, let's talk about some nerd news brought to you by
Nerd
News.
I do have snowboard news.
Finally.
I'm supposed to say to everyone out there that Mint Tours has a couple spots on their New Zealand and South America trips this summer. The dates are up for the Mint Tours trips for Japan next January.
Damn, dude, you're good.
Our dates are going to be online very soon. We may be moving to a new spot. Chris, did you know that?
No.
Yeah, we may be moving to a new spot in Japan to do us. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I just got to know the Almost 7.
I fully trust Mint Tours. I am in the palm of their hand. I'm Play-Doh. Pick me up, manipulate me, tell me where to go. I will do it. I'm all in. I trust Mint Tours implicitly.
Rated top 3 Dongsen podcasts.
I trust Mint Tours with my boarding, my body, my mind, and my soul.
There we go.
And my food choices, because they always bring us to the best 7-Elevens.
Nerd news.
And other news and questions brought to you by Vessel Shipping at Vessel app. Todd, you want to listen to some more Reggae Star Wars?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to. Why do we have to listen to this?
Because that's my favorite line.
I'm here with Rasta Obi-Wan.
I'm here with Rasta Obi-Wan. So good. Okay, so Last of Us news brought to you by HBO Max. So
what do you want to know?
This is my take on episode 2. Yeah, I watched it. It's a simmering episode.
Last night's.
So I think the way that these big, amazing, popular shows like Game of Thrones and all that, I think this is when they have an episode like The Red Wedding or what happened in episode 2 of
those would be called the
Last of Us.
penultimate episodes.
Penultimate's second to last.
It is, but usually what you're talking about is a penultimate episode.
So the episode directly following said penultimate episode is always a rebuild, setup, and a cliffhanger, correct? So what we saw in Last of Us Season 2, Episode 3 is
they got to see
building up to some crazy shit, right?
Do you want me to just tell you what happens?
After? No.
No. So
I watched Episode 3.
So stop it.
So it was simmering.
So Episode 4...
Oh, God.
They finally figure out who... Okay, so in the beginning of the episode, the Seraphites are the people that want to go back and like live on the land.
And they have hammers instead of guns.
No technology. They want to be, in nature.
They want to be left alone.
They want to shun technology. They follow an apostate. They're very much like kind of like not like Amish, but like.
But they were saying they want to run and hide from the danger, which I get.
Of the wolves.
Yes.
The Washington Liberation Front is the wolves.
The bad guys?
They're the bad guys. That is who Abby is part of the wolves.
Okay, so we know for sure. Are they bad or are they just trying to survive? Seems like they're bad.
Well, it's all in context. And I think that's the whole thing with The Last of Us too, is it's like you're looking at this from so many different angles. Because in the game actually forces you to play as Abby, which made me want to just like throw my controller when that flipped, because it wasn't very long after she killed Joel. Like you start the game and you're
spoiler alert if you haven't seen episode 2, Joel got killed.
You start the game and you're playing along and you get to play as Ellie, and it's a slow burn, and then all of a sudden the shit happens with Joel. And then a little bit later in the game, after you get to Seattle and all some shit happens with Ellie, I'm not going to get into that now, and Dina, you're forced to take control and play as Abby, which makes you so fucking pissed. So I'm just saying, this is what they do. It's like 2 different angles. You get to see what is happening from Abby's point of view, because in Abby's world, someone came and killed her father. Right. And then you're also seeing it from Ellie's point of view, where someone came and killed her father.
Yeah, right in front of her. But so let's take it way back. If you didn't know, The Last of Us is a video game. It got made into a movie. The same guys that
we don't have to explain that to our audience.
No, but I'm just saying. Explain, because I've never played the game. Is this like a first person?
No, Third person.
Shoot.
Third person. Incredible mechanics.
Is it like Zelda?
No.
Is it like Super Mario Bros? Does it go like the screen goes like this?
It's not side scroller. It's very like. Will you just play it? Do you have a PlayStation?
I have a PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Can you just play it?
4?
You just play it?
Yeah.
I have it.
You have the disc?
I have the disc.
Dude, I'll play it.
Okay, you play the first one, and then you can play the
I will
second
come
one.
to your house after this show and pick it up.
Okay.
Boom.
So where was I? Okay, so anyway, so yeah, like this, we're now in Seattle.
Yeah.
And we're about to, because Ellie is a broken person. And she's very much like,
she faked her way through her psychological tests.
like the psychiatrist knows, her therapist knows that she's lying, but the therapist is like, look, some people are just, you can't save them.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So anyways, things are about to get real. We're about to see what the cost of love is from a couple different angles.
Oh God.
There are a lot of different.
Now I have to wait a whole week.
The podcast companion to The Last of Us is actually fascinating.
Okay.
Because Neil Druckmann, the director of this all came out of him.
Right.
And it is the writing that was in that game. I still don't think I don't think the show is on point with the writing that was in the game.
Yeah,
It's missing
a book compared to the movie.
It really is, and like I said to you a while ago, like I would come up from my man cave in the garage and try to explain to my wife what I am experiencing. Like
this is why we call this nerd news.
The first Last of Us game, within the first 5 minutes, Joel's daughter dies.
Yeah,
and you're just like, what?
Girl, this is a video game?
I've never fucking seen this in a game before. This is fucked up, and you're like, okay, well, how can this get even more fucked up?
Yeah.
And it is.
And it does.
And The Last of Us 2 is there. It's not like Zelda.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of zombies.
Unless Zelda.
This is some nerd news exclusive.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Sandbox VR? Okay.
I know it VR.
I have my girl Kelly. My Kelly got me.
You have
and
a
the,
VR
and the boys a VR, no, like a gift certificate to go down to
to the place
San Diego and do the VR experience. It just kind of like it's taking forever and we never got around to it. I'm like, okay, whatever, like, I have glasses. Anyway, finally did it yesterday with myself, my Kelly, Jenna, and Frank. Frank is the drummer of Sunbender. His wife Jenna. They're awesome people.
Okay.
So we had a double date down to the VR session, and we did like a zombie experience.
Where you shoot them?
It was so rad.
Does it make you sick?
Almost.
It makes me sick.
So I've put VR headsets on before, but the fact when you go in there and you put the sensors on and everything, and there's like a bunch of kids at a birthday party there, I'm like, okay, this like, what is this? And so the people working there. The Mission Valley Mall is pretty rough. It's pretty rugged. So I'm sure the people working there, there's like 4, like 19-year-old girls working there that were just like, I'm cracking jokes and they're just like,
we're over you.
Buddy, we've seen some shit. You're not gonna,
Smash and grab VR headsets.
So they, you get all the rules and stuff and it's like pretty serious. You put it on the suit, and then you put the headset and the VR on. And like, you're in the dark and all of a sudden the machine turns on. And you're like, you see your hands, you see the people you're playing with. They look at you, you look at them, and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, it's so.
You immediately started masturbating.
It's so gnarly. No, I did not. I have guns in my hands. So you pick your weapons before. I had a handgun and like a chainsaw, like a saw thing over here. And I think it's about 15 or 20 minutes. But you're standing with your group, and you're in this room. And like the world first of all, you do these little tests, get all your stuff going. Yeah. But then like the zombies just start coming at you.
And what are the graphics like?
Insane.
Really?
Like it starts to feel real. And nothing's moving on the ground. Like you do have some pressure thing happening in the
haptic feedback on it.
But there's like you're in the town, it's all burnt down and stuff, and like zombie hordes start coming at you.
And you just bang, bang, bang,
like
bang, bang.
But when they get you, it's like a red thing goes up, right up, and your suit, and like I'm just saying, super fun, intense, wild, and I'm definitely going back because they now have a Squid Game version of it.
Ooh.
So a Squid Game VR session, I'm going back. I'm in. I never thought I would like VR, but it was so fun, exciting. It was like living in a movie. And it was like, okay, this is super futuristic. It felt like that. So, yeah, Sandbox VR.
All right.
I got another show recommendation for you. Friends and Neighbors on Apple Plus.
I've heard that's good.
John Hamm, the guy from you know John Hamm.
Yeah.
He's a rich guy, gets fired, and ends up stealing from his neighbors and rich friends. Very well done. You know, like it's kind of cool because it shows him. He's like in their house, and he's like picks something up, and then it like zooms in on it. It's like the Rocher something watch, like list price $200,000. It's a good show.
And he just puts it in his pocket.
Puts it in his pocket and walks off. It's good. I liked it.
That's good. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Any we have questions?
We have a ton of questions.
We do.
Yeah.
We have
So let's get into it.
Let's get into the questions. Go ahead. What's the first one?
First one is from Assorted Surf Picks. What do you guys think about the WSL moving to Burley because there's no sand at Snapper? Who are you picking to win?
Too late.
What do you mean too late?
It's over.
No, they're talking about Burley Heads
Oh.
and Snapper.
Oh, that's the next one.
Yeah. I think you got to do what you got to do. Burley Heads is a pretty sick wave on its day. I think Ethan Ewing is going to be the one to beat there. A right-hand point break that he's no doubt surfed a bunch. And the way he surfed at Bells was, I can't believe anyone beat him. So I'm going to say Ethan Ewing's going to win that one. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Katie Simmers is going to pull it back in and win Burley Heads.
Okay.
You have any picks?
Nope.
Okay. Sorted surf picks. Andre, all these competing snow leagues. Is there room for all these comps?
I don't know, and I'm still not completely sold on this whole league thing. I feel like there's still a lot of wishy-washiness and not a lot of clarity on how it's going to work and why it should work, and I don't know, man. I really feel like the messaging for it is weird. And I was just having a conversation with one of my friends this morning.
A different friend?
A different friend.
Okay.
About how, so like let's just talk about like these leagues, right? And like,
Okay.
how do we get people to care about these leagues? And how do we get people to be invested in this? And it is weird because on some levels, snowboarding is just like pickleball. Skateboarding to some people is just like pickleball. There's a lot of people that can't tell the difference between a sidewalk cruiser board and the latest shake jump deck or whatever. Girls. I don't know what I'm saying. Like a girl.
I hear you. I get what you're saying.
So there's like this weird thing. Like, how do we get people to actually give a shit about these leagues?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if we're in that spot anymore where like people care enough to cheer for, the big draw to it would be like my hero is competing. Like if it was like LeBron James or Michael Jordan or someone like that in the past competing, or any kind of thing like that, or any like a golf league where it's like you've got the bad boys and like these people you want to cheer for. But within snowboarding these days, it's more the people that get all the press are like that girl who's like talking about the ick of a jacket. Like there isn't, like it's not there. Like they need to have a cohesive push to return.
Make snowboarding great again?
Kind of like I would say return the personalities of the athletes and make that the pinnacle. Like there needs to be, and it really. A lot of this kind of ties back into a post that Jill Perkins put up.
That was great, by the way.
Earlier this week. And Jill was really questioning whether or not, where do we want to have the focus be from these companies? Is it on rail rider, competition riders, or video parts? And I think that's a conversation that is much wider than just those two things, because it's like we also have to add in there the content creator, and I'm not talking about the content creators like Casey Willax and some of these other people that create content based around snowboarding, and they snowboard and they're good. It's more these people that are looking at snowboarding as a vehicle for them to get likes and
some subs.
It really has nothing to do about bettering what is happening with the situation of the industry.
But every sport has that.
Every sport does have that, but then you're trying to come out with this league which depends on these names and depends on the star power and what these riders can give for you to root for them.
Yeah.
But we've created this monster where no one fucking cares anymore.
Well, I think currently the best way to get people into a sport or into a league type of thing is through shows like Drive to Survive.
Yes, I agree.
You know, the show Hard Knocks.
So there has to be...
Hard Knocks is like that. Like, anytime I watch Hard Knocks, I'm like, oh, I love I've always hated Dallas Cowboys. I watch Hard Knocks. They're on the series. I'm like, oh, I love the Dallas Cowboys.
You're absolutely right.
Because I like these individual
There
people.
needs to be a companion media partner that is telling these stories and creating, because snowboarding is always, too, it's been about, like, everyone's cool. There hasn't really been rivalries in snowboarding since the early 90s.
Yeah, why isn't there one of those shows for snowboarding? Surfing has it. Skating doesn't have it. But snowboarding seems like it's big enough. There's enough cool personalities. Like, I would love to see Scotty James from the morning leading up to the event. What's he doing the night before?
There has been those kind of things, but the vacuum was Shaun White. Every story was about how Shaun White gets prepared for his day, how Shaun White gets ready to go to the Olympics.
So maybe that's the answer, is we need...
and there is no more Shaun White.
Storytelling. We need a documentary storytelling
around
these
hardships,
competitions and leagues to get us a little bit more excited to watch.
And I'm also saying this to my fellow snowboarders out there.
My fellow snowboarders,
it's not such a bad idea that if you don't put everything that you're doing and your lifestyle, and you maybe curate a little bit more of a controversial personality.
Oh,
I'm saying just create. You want to be a content creator? Create a personality. Create a personality that's engaging. Maybe pisses a couple people off.
Well, that's what's happened. There's a low key beef. I guess it's high key beef going on in the moto world between Brian Deegan and Travis Pastrana.
But it's not real.
It's fun beef.
It's fun beef.
Because of Metal Militia, Deegan got this personality. Metal Militia, he's a badass, and everyone's like, he's the nicest guy ever. But he saw that being a badass got him sponsor dollars.
Sean Palmer, case in point. Sean Palmer, he's been a marketing genius about being the bad boy. Yeah. And he would steal the spotlight from the person that was potentially going to win because you wanted to hear what Palmer was going to say.
Yeah, and Todd Richards
has wanted to be the bad boy of snow. I was vanilla as fuck. All I concentrated on was doing well. And that will only...
Some people like vanilla.
That will only get you so far, though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What do you wish you could go back and just be a badass?
No, I just...
Neck tats, like in the late 80s would have been gnarly.
I don't think... I mean, look, like Damian Sanders had a look. You know, he had a look, and his look commanded you to pay attention. There's all these people that have that badassery to them.
Yeah.
That is gone.
Right. There's bag
Because now, why? Because snowboarding is like pickleball. Your grandmother can learn how to snowboard in 3 hours. It's no longer badass. It's it's an activity. The tricks are badass. The riders are badass. But people don't equate. It's not the same equivalence anymore. Anyway.
Okay.
That was a lot of information.
I don't even remember what the question was. Mm-hmm. Pete Terrace wants to know: Inglorious Bagel versus New Wave versus Garden State. Who has the best bagel in North County?
Inglorious Bagels?
Are those made up bagel shop names?
I like Inglorious Bagel.
I like Panikin Coffee and Teas bagels personally. Everything bagels are good, and I love them.
I want my Nazi Scouts.
I haven't been.
I'm gonna get my Nazi Scouts
to any of these spots in ages.
Inglorious Bagels.
Go to Panikin, try it.
Yeah.
Brian, Ice Coast for life. This is a great question. Morning, gentlemen. And I like it's just casual. Morning, gentlemen. If you have a day with no commitments, what are you guys doing? What's the perfect day scenario?
No commitments?
We don't have many commitments in life.
I have a lot of commitments.
I know, I do too. Okay, so I'll just go first. You know, I see a lot of value in a do nothing day. So if I'm gonna do a do nothing day, I'm gonna wake up, have a nice breakfast, surf for a little bit at like 10 a.m. like a reasonable hour. Go to lunch, maybe like a decent, like a good kind of healthy lunch. Maybe have a margarita at lunch.
If you have like 6 of those days in a row, there's chances are
Yeah.
you're unemployed.
And then after lunch, like you go to the beach and lay on a blanket with my girl and like play Scrabble on the beach, or be inside and watch TV on the couch, like in the daytime.
You can watch day TV?
You know what?
I can't do it.
I feel guilty about it, but I'm saying like on those days where I give myself permission to just chill, daytime TV, blanket, snacks, and you're watching some like.
It makes me just feel sick.
Yeah.
Like I feel
being sick is great. Because that's when you get the guilt-free do-nothing days.
Guilt-free sick.
Yeah, and then like an early dinner, steak, and go to bed early. Those are some of life's greatest rewards. Did I just describe your dream day too? Okay. Mark says, is Todd that good at Switch, or is he just a goofy rider at heart? His tree runs in Japan seem effortless.
I don't think I was going to Switch.
Maybe he just looked like you were going Switch.
If you're looking at it in a mirror, I'm going to Switch. Yeah, I wanted to have a video.
Was that Switch?
I was going to have a video called, was that Switch? Just because it was like shitty riding.
It's all, Todd's been Switch. I've actually been snowboarding Switch since I learned snowboarding. That's why I don't look.
I like to go Switch and I'm like switch stance. So it's just back to, it just cancels those all out.
Double Switch? Okay, Josh says, Zeb Powell versus Nathan Florence in the West Coast triple plank hosted by MFR. Hypothetically, who you got?
Wait, what?
Zeb Powell versus Nathan Florence in the West Coast triple plank.
I mean, Zeb Powell's a pretty good skater. Nathan Florence is a pretty good snowboarder.
I've never seen Nathan on a skateboard.
I've never seen Nathan on a skateboard either.
I think it would be more...
I've never seen Zeb on a surfboard.
I think you would get the other Florence brother in there.
Ivan?
Ivan Florence
Ivan would just
crush.
Ivan's like...
Ivan might be low-key the best.
Yeah. Him and like Grayson, too.
Yeah. Ivan Florence is like the new Nathan Fletcher. Just in
surf skate. The gnarliest surf skate snow is Judd Hankus right now.
Yeah.
That's my opinion of that.
Okay. So the answer there, we don't know. It's the easiest answer. Hanali says, what do you think is the key to success for surfers like Sally Fitzgibbons and Jordy Smith, who have got wins again after many years off the podium? I think joy, to be honest, because the way that I was talking to Jordy Smith, I was around him in El Salvador. He's not... it looks like he's not feeling any pressure anymore. It's joy. He's stoked not only to be surfing in the event, he's stoked to be at the event, hanging out with everybody. He just looks like he's on vacation while he's at work.
Too blessed to be stressed.
And I think that's a huge key to success.
Yeah,
like, look,
I think so.
Like almost letting go.
Yeah, when you don't care.
Like, I'm just gonna have fun. I don't know Sally's headspace different. I think she's just a grinder.
When you're having fun, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's why Jordy's probably having the best years of the last 10 years of his career.
That's cool. I like that question.
We got another one. Devin says, what's your favorite song to skate to? And the second follow-up is headphones or speaker.
Favorite song to skate to?
You know what? I listen to like Jizza, Wu-Tang before I skate, like hip-hop, rap before I skate. While I skate, yacht rock. Christopher Cross, really? Michael McDonald, Steely Dan. I mean, actually, I guess it just depends on your mood.
I need to be like uplifted, and I kind of find myself listening to like 80s new wave.
Okay.
You know, I don't know,
That's
or even just like 80s pop. Like, dude, I shit you not, like Madonna puts you in a good mood. Like if it's like an upbeat Madonna song.
Chris Swellshot, great question here. Would you rather be itchy all the time or have one itch that you can never scratch? Jesus, that's
Itchy all
that
the
sounds
time.
like a Black Mirror episode, to be
Yeah.
honest. One itch you can never scratch or just be itchy all the time.
Fuck.
Well, I think if you're itchy, like, I guess it would be like slightly itchy all the time. Having a scratch you can't itch is okay. You know what? I would take this question. I'm gonna go. I have a scratch. One itch I can never scratch because I have my Kelly to scratch my itch.
Mm-hmm.
You have a partner who could scratch your itch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alternative question is, so I guess I'm gonna do the one itch. Would you rather have all of today's technology but only be able to use it for 1 hour a day, or have to only use technology from the 70s all the time? 1 hour a day. I
1
wish
hour?
that I was
I know, me
actually
too.
like, that's all I got.
Mm.
I don't even remember 70s technology.
There wasn't any.
No, there was like a calculator. Nitro wants to know,
Nitro snowboards. Knut.
how is Todd's
Eliason
heel
wants to know.
doing? I'm asking for a friend. Why would Nitro be asking about your heels, Todd?
Because I've been like passively blaming Knut Eliason for my heel rips. It wasn't his fault. It was my own fault for not going through my own checklist.
Okay. Ellie says, "Hi there. It's my fake profile. Sorry for sending a message from my fake profile,
Oh my god.
but I want to preserve my hidden identity.
We got one of these.
My BFF has a crush on you. I'm sending you her Insta. Drop her a message.
Do you think people fall for those?
Maybe.
Have you?
Did I not respond to her?" Jared says, "How tall was the quarter pipe build at Mammy? You guys are awesome. Can't wait to tune in again and again and again. Thank you so much for your hard work."
Hey, you're welcome. I think it was 22 feet high.
You know
Or
what?
it
You
might have
are
been a little
welcome.
bit. Might have been a little bit bigger, but I do believe it's the radius of the pipe dragon arm.
That's the radius of the pipe dragon.
Shut the fuck up. We have time for
Jared,
one more
thank
question.
you. Jared, thank you for your
One,
hard
I have
work.
to go to the bathroom so bad right now.
Okay, oh, this is
Oh my god, it's a
super long
9-part question.
Okay, David, half a fail. Would be cool to include a shout out for the Cabo skimboarding contest, El Rey de Lovers. Best contest conditions in years. Stop one for the United Skim Tour. Okay, did you see the
Yeah.
footage from the Cabo comp? Oh my god.
Nice, dude.
Between that and KOTC, like some gnarly shit was going down. These
Your
guys
dog
are
just
skimming.
farted so loud.
These guys are
dude.
skimming into like a 1 foot side wedge into a 15-foot like all lip. Lucas Fink won, of course. That's what Lucas does. But yeah, we've got a whole tour going on. So go
I
on.
love skimboarding. I totally appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Fucking love watching it.
It's like I still do it. I still try it.
Blair Conklin is
Man,
like my
if your
hero.
timing's off, my timing's not good right now. I'm trying to build it back up, and every time I bust my skimboard out, all my neighbors, my friends, they're like, "Bro,
They come down to the
don't
beach.
do it."
They're all sorry about your femur.
Skimming is sick. The United Skim Tour is like the championship tour for skimboarding. They're going all over the world. Laguna Beach, Brazil. So yeah, shout out to all the skimmers out there. Y'all rule.
All right, we gotta go. Is there one more?
Yeah. Annie says, "Hi there. It's my fake profile. Sending a message from a fake profile. My BFF has a crush on you." Hey, we got a crush on all you guys watching. Thank you so much. And everybody listening. That's another episode of the Monday M.A.S.S. And hope you loved it. Give us a comment or subscribe to something. Yeah.